Welcome back to Grade 7 Geography, Unit Number 1, Physical Patterns in a Changing World. This is Lesson Number 8, How do natural factors and vegetation interact? Natural factors such as moisture, temperature, and soil affect vegetation. In turn, vegetation affects all of these factors. Why should we care about this? Well, Earth is a place of great change. Just as climate and landforms change, so does vegetation. Earth's systems are all connected. If one system changes, the other systems change. We need to make sure that we don't cause unnecessary or unnatural changes that hurt Earth's systems. The first natural factor that affects vegetation is moisture. All plants need moisture to survive. An important source of moisture is precipitation. The amount of precipitation is different from region to region. Since grasses need less water than trees, grasslands are more common than forests in hotter, drier areas. Plants are also affected by evaporation. Places with high temperatures have higher evaporation rates. In a place that has a high evaporation rate, the moisture leaves the soil more quickly, meaning that plants will not grow as quickly. The second natural factor is temperature. Plants are affected by the amount of solar energy or heat in a region. As we read last class, plants use photosynthesis to get energy and grow. The photosynthesis increases as the temperature increases, but this does not mean that high temperatures are good for plants. Ideal growing temperatures for plants are actually between 6 and 20 degrees Celsius. Latitude and elevation can also influence the temperature of a region. Therefore, latitude and elevation affect vegetation. As we learned previously, air is colder at higher elevations. This affects the natural vegetation, including trees that grow on mountainsides. The tree line is the transition zone where a forest ends because the climate has become too cold or too dry. And we can see a tree line in this image here. Notice that there are trees growing in abundance, but once you hit this mountain, you see that the trees stop growing in abundance. The third natural factor is soil. Soil acts as an anchor for a plant, and it plays a key role in the health of most plants. Plants get their nutrients from the soil. If soil does not contain enough nutrients, farmers have to use fertilizers to make the soil suitable for farming. Now let's look at a couple of examples of how vegetation and climate interact. In grasslands, plants return solar energy so that they do not need to return to the air. As they grow larger, plants use more moisture and return less moisture to the air. This makes the overall climate warmer. In a forest, leaves absorb sunlight, which cools the air. When the air is cool, less moisture is evaporated and more moisture is available for plants to grow and reproduce. Vegetation, climate, and soil interact with each other too. Let's look at some examples. Plants and animals decay on the surface of the earth and become humus. The humus contains nutrients. Rainfall moves the humus deeper into the soil. The soil becomes more fertile and helps new plants to grow when the temperature becomes warmer. When rain washes away the top nutritious layer of soil, the soil loses its fertility, making it harder for plants to grow. If there are plants already living in the soil, however, they can help prevent this. The roots of the plants anchor the soil, and the leaves stop raindrops from hitting the ground hard enough to wash away the soil. All right, so now we're at the recap portion of today's videos. When I'm done talking, you'll put the video on pause to complete this rather short fill in the blank exercise. If you don't feel confident in your ability to do this activity right now, it means that you need to go back and watch the video at least 2 more times. I would say it would really help to uh, especially go back and listen to the last couple of slides because there's quite a bit of information there. But once you feel comfortable, you will put the video on pause and try out this activity, which we'll take up in tomorrow's class. So please put the video on pause now. All right, and we'll see how you did with this activity in tomorrow's class. But until then, this concludes today's video.